Hey there, Dangar here. Today's video is about towing a Halvorsen 36 from Sydney back up to the Hawkesbury River and is proudly sponsored by MarineEngine.com. The Halvorsen in question belongs to a mate of mine called Pete. The problem with the Halvorsen is the heat exchangers were blocked on both engines. They really need replacing, but many months ago we went down, we took them apart, we cleaned them out the best we could, but the aluminium casings that the cores go inside were quite corroded. So it leaked badly when we put it back together. Bits had actually chipped right off, you know, they really weren't in good shape. We managed to seal one side up with some Sikaflex and get it not to leak, but the other side was pretty bad, and we still had no guarantee that they weren't going to overheat. The plan then became to bring the boat up to Dangar Island so we could work on it more easily, and we thought, look, best thing to do, just go down the coast in Renko again, grab it, tow it back up here. So first day, Pete and I jumped in the boat and headed down to Manly.
I had a few little jobs I needed to do on Renko to get it ready to go to sea again. So Pete jumped on the wheel while I did those, bits and pieces. Gave me about an hour while we were still in the river to get things done while things were calm.
There's a couple of little holes in the bracing for the transom board here, so I'm going to use those with some little shackles to lash the table here against the transom so it doesn't go flying offshore. Alright, got the strip secured now. Stop things sliding forward as we go down a wave. We just logged on with the Marine Rescue app. Captain Pete at the helm, doing well.
Beautiful day.
It is a beautiful day. Scored another cracker. And tomorrow's supposed to be calmer.
Calmer, easy, nice trip home.
Yep. Boys out on flint and steel having a fish. Actually, man and woman, I think, maybe a couple. Very nice day. You guys know I know pretty much nothing about fishing, but beautiful day, nice day that I thought it was going to be. Thought we were going to have a rough trip on the way down, good trip back, but it looks nice. So let's troll a lure and see what happens. Can feel a little bit of a kind of quivering through the line, so I think it's swimming all right.
We didn't end up catching any fish, but we did see some whales, which was nice.
Looks like the calf with the mum heading back.
Feeding time.
Not far to Sydney now. Alright, just dropped Pete off to go and grab his car and grab some rope and stuff from Whitworth. We're going to anchor, wait for him to call, then go and pick him up again. Alright, we're in 6 metres here. I'm just going to have a quick look and see what the bottom looks like. Looks pretty smooth. Happy with that. Alright, let's anchor here while we wait for Pete. Alright, anchor looks good. Let's just chill out till Pete gets back. Screaming kids in the background at school holidays. While we're just sitting here on anchor, I'm just having a look. This throttle has a habit of creeping back. I can't see like a friction control in the forward controls, so I'm going to try tensioning this booster spring a little bit, which is just like a power assist for the throttle really. Just see that if we tension it a little bit more, maybe it'll stop that happening. Won't go overboard, but just something to experiment with while I'm waiting for Pete.
Havana, this is Marine Rescue Sydney. Okay, we'll log you off, and thank you for that. And this is Marine Rescue Sydney out.
Does feel better, feels a bit less springy. I think we'll give that a test run, see how it goes. About to get the weather forecast, let's have a listen.
The forecast for Friday, the 2nd of October. Winds east to southeasterly below 10 knots, coming north to northeasterly before dawn, then increasing to 10 to 15 knots in the morning. Winds reaching up to 20 knots offshore in the late evening. Seas below 1 metre, increasing to 1 to 1.5 metres during the afternoon. Well, southerly 1 to 1.5 metres, decreasing to around 1 metre during the afternoon, with the weather sunny.
I think pretty much all that says is get going early. Sounds fine. Sounds good for the tow. Okay, Pete just called. I was going to meet him here, but he had a lot of stuff to carry, so he's taken it to the marina where his boat is, and he's just going to stay there. He's given me some, directions on the phone, and we'll just go meet him there.
Pete and I walked into Manly to grab some dinner and then went back to the marina and started doing some work on his boat, White Crest.
Well, that's obviously the priority battery to change then, because that's a good motor, isn't it?
Yep.
Alright, so let's change that one first. Then I think we should figure out, really have a good think about what's our most... I think we should do a genuine drop of the anchor and lift to the bottom.
Yep, drop anchor lifts. Start engine, drop and raise anchor.
Yeah, okay, so let's swap this one out first.
We can almost smell a poker night though.
Oh, totally.
It's not that far, you know?
No, definitely. Everything about this is...
Think about this. Should we try it?
Just give me 1 second to have a think.
Try to just go again. You can turn it off, right? Which one, is that what? Yeah, is that? Yeah, that's the starboard starter.
So when you're looking at it, right is starboard and left is port.
Yep.
Okay, and how many volts is it telling you now?
Same. Oh no, it's gone above 13.
Okay.
Pushing toward 14.
Well, I reckon just give it a little crank and see what happens. Now, you got seacocks open or anything like that?
All the seacocks are open.
They're open, yeah.
It's all good.
It's all good, all right.
Going through this process made me really appreciate knowing how Renko is wired up. We really need to get in, trace all the wires on Pete's boat and start documenting it all.
All right, try that. Nothing?
That's position 1. It goes past.
All right, hang on a sec. Let's see if we can turn this motor over.
Here we go.
Yeah, okay. I can see cooling water coming through your pipes. So you did a run from the Hawkesbury here?
Yeah, we did a run down before we cleaned the heat exchangers or anything like that.
Yep.
We had already heard the alarm when gunning it once.
Yeah,
so
right.
Go fast. So I thought, oh, maybe.
So no temperature gauge, just an overheat alarm.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, driving out of past Barrenjoey, the alarm came on.
Okay.
Port side only, actually.
Oh, yeah, right.
I eased off.
Yep.
To about 1200. Still made 5 knots.
Wow. Okay.
4.5 maybe, and just drove down fine.
So as far as we know, this engine was the best. We have since cleaned the heat exchanger.
Yeah.
We repaired the leak with Sikaflex. We repair everything with Sikaflex.
Yep.
And it wasn't leaking a drop then.
No.
So it bodes well for being able to run the entire way on the starboard motor.
It does.
Yeah, nice. We're starting to feel happier. Yay. All right. Yes, that's good. Just to prove to me that we can... Look, don't get me wrong, worst case scenario, you can slip the clutch and drop your winch. You don't need power to drop it.
I have to get up there.
I know, and it would be much nicer not to get up there, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Okay. So let's put shore power.
It's the sound of this that I'm more interested in the up. That's happy.
Yeah, it does sound
That's
happy.
not.
It does sound happy. Well, you got 4 brand new batteries in now, so that's good. Yeah, it's obviously your house paint because your lights flicker, so it doesn't have a dedicated battery. All right, we're going to go back to Renko now, and I'm going to get a head torch because we've now obviously run out of daylight, and then we're going to try and splice up a bridle for White Crest. Peter's bought us 125 metres of 18mm nylon rope. I think 18's fine. I think he said the breaking strain was, what did you say, 4.9?
4.9 tons.
Tons, so yeah, so heaps. So 4.9 ton breaking strain, and the nylon's also got like a 30% stretch rate, so it should be really good from a shock absorption point of view as well. This is our main tow line, and then we're just using some cheaper rope for our bridles. To make the bridles, we're trying to figure out, we'll do a little run around your cleats now, see what we got.
Yeah.
So if we were to start at your back cleat.
Not that many we're about to discover.
Okay. But so even just taking turns around.
Yeah, as they go.
As they go. Oh, hang on. Oh, no. There it is. Phew. Had a little fright then. So you got these cleats here, so that's all right. Even if you just took like a.
There's 2 on the way up, basically.
Just a single turn.
One at the stern, one mid back, one mid forward.
And until we run it, we're not going to know where your real chafe points are. Now, got to say, you have a good post.
It's a good towing post.
It is. So the real question is, like,
Just attention like that, that's good.
do we just put an eye onto your Samson post?
That's what it's for. I mean,
Totally. Yeah, well, you're more overnight. You get more in a storm in it. Yeah. I need a bridle because I don't have a good post like that at the stern. I don't have a tow post. Let's start at the other end then, because that I would feel relatively comfortable using, I think.
What would your concern be at all? Just that it will. If that's the eye of a solid, stretchy, strong tow rope.
I mean, that'll go down to the stem of the boat. I presume it's a full internal structure.
Yes.
But what we could do is put another rope through the eye to
Bridle, just as security.
exactly like a loose rope
just come back
to here.
to here.
So if suddenly, in some absolute miracle, the front of your boat rips off, you haven't actually lost the tow rope.
Yeah.
You just get on the radio and scream. Yeah. Okay.
That's
all right.
when Renko starts planing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's good. Gets up on the plane well, Renko. Oh,
There we are.
tow rope delivery. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
No worries.
It's very Australian of you. No worries.
No.
Thought you were British.
Tow rope. Go. Tally ho.
The bridle we spliced for Renko went from the Samson post at the front, along, took a turn on a side cleat, and then went through the fair leads at the back.
Plug the hot knife into our new inverter. Switch that on. Yeah, I didn't realise. I just looked at it and draws 60 watts. So that's pretty good. It's nothing.
I suppose it's only a little filament.
Yeah, I could have run it off the... Yeah, that's it. It's only a small blade. Could have run it off the little inverter that Leon gave me. All right, we are in business. Let's go do some splicing. I often just put a bit of this just so it doesn't continue to unravel more than you intended until you're done, and then you can take that off.
Yeah.
So the other big thing is you've got to make sure you don't splice it with a... You can splice an eye and have a pretty nasty twist in it too, so make sure that it's sort of going to lay as a straight sort of eye.
Just sort of by feel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just see how it twists and what it does, and you know.
Yeah, you don't want too big either, do you?
Well, and that's the thing. So it depends what you're doing with it. Sometimes if I was putting an eye on something, so if you're going to throw an eye, you want it quite big because you need to, you know, have a big loop to throw. But even if I was putting it, so it depends. If you're putting it on a post, you can have it small, or you could have it bigger, and then when you put it on the post,
You do the turn.
to do the turn,
Yeah, okay.
and then the post's actually through there,
So that's
and that'll constrict, and that's really unlikely to pop off. 10 to 5, sunrise soon. I think I'm going to get the kettle out though and make a coffee first. Alright, we're off. Let's go home. So Pete's putting out on the one motor that works. We're just not sure whether it would overheat at all, so we're either going to have one motor the whole way, which would be awesome, or no motors. But we're pretty much prepared for both situations, so that's good. Alright, I'll just knock it into gear. You'll have plenty of time to get ready. This weight, I'm thinking I may deploy to the centre of the line if we get a lot of, you know, jerking on the line, but we'll see. I don't want to complicate things unless we need to. I'll just knock it ahead a little bit again. Just give us a little bit of way on. Not a lot of traffic for the crossing, but it's the bit I'm least looking forward to. Just shorten the line, just put a, can't remember what it's called now, alpine butterfly or something, essentially a bowline in the centre of the rope, using this bridle just to shorten it. When we get to the harbour, I'll let all the rope go. That's more than long enough for crossing the harbour, I think. Otherwise we've got a chance of boat coming between us.
White Crest, I'm more happy over here, over.
Yeah, copy that, Pete. I've done the short tow. This is heaps long enough for crossing the harbour, I think.
Let's do it.
Alright. Nice and slow. Watching. Line's all out of the water occasionally, but it's got plenty of weight to it. It's a very heavy line. Our time reasonably well between the ferries, which is nice. No dramas there. Making 5 knots, 4.8, 5.1, you know, fluctuating, but that's the kind of time we need just to make sure we make it for this bit of a nor'easter coming up in the afternoon. Not bad, 15 knots, nothing serious. I think Pete on his own, presuming he didn't overheat, would have made just under 3 knots, which is getting up to a 8-10 hour cruise, so I think it's worth doing the tow for safety and just for, you know, reducing the time of the trip. Bye Sydney, see you next time. Alright, I'm going to try and let the line out to its full length. I'm not feeling we're going to need to hang a weight off the centre of this tow line today with the swell direction, but we still can. So I think with 125 metres out of stretchy nylon rope, I think we'll be okay. Since we've gone to the full line, I haven't actually seen it come out of the water yet, which is good. I don't know if I showed you last night, we were both pretty tired, but I put a bit of chafe protection where this rubs against the side of the wheelhouse too, on the bridle. Reasonably gentle following sea today. Looks nice. Pete and I are staying on channel 72 as a working channel for the entire tow. Just makes it really easy to stay in touch at a moment's notice. Making good progress. You guys out fishing? Good day for it.
While we were out there, viewer Ian was out there fishing too, so he took a bit of footage and sent that to me. So thanks for that, Ian.
Renko's got its own pod of dolphins today. That's pretty cool. Hi guys. Just coming to say hello. Pete's thinking these might be the new ferries for Parramatta River. The ones they have to get everyone off the top deck to go under the bridges. Just about to come into the river now, doing sort of oscillating between 4 and 5 knots. Unfortunately, we're arriving on an outgoing tide, so that'll slow us down a little bit, but pretty much home and hose now. Towing the Halvorsen, which is about the same weight as Renko, 36 foot, about 9 tonnes, seems to knock me down from say 6.5 knots to maybe 4.5 as an average, so maybe a couple of knots off, maybe even slightly less, so pretty happy with that as a result. I was expecting this to be a much longer day. It's 10:30, you know, it's gone really well. We left at say 5:30, it's only 5 hours. Yeah, very happy with that. Luckily this thing doesn't put out any wash. Man, I hate those guys. Look how steep it is. Should have brought my spear gun. Yeah, thanks buddy. There goes everything in the wheelhouse. Thanks mate. 11:45 now and just coming around the island, ready to get in peak position to drop anchor. Well, thanks for watching. Obviously we made it safely, no dramas. It actually all went really smoothly. Because one of Pete's motors was working at least at low revs without overheating, we were able to, you know, motor out of the moorings. That was great. He actually kept it running for a while on the first part of the tow, and at one stage I said, oh look, let's just turn it off and see what happens. And I was really surprised to see that nothing happened. We just didn't go any slower. So in the end we just towed with the motors off, and then he used his motor again just to get himself onto a mooring at the end. So, you know, it was nice knowing we had that safety net of a motor that could be started and run at least for a period of time. And that certainly took a bit of the pressure off. We were one up on each boat, so, you know, I think if there'd been a few more things against us, worse weather, no motor at all, I probably would have preferred to have 2 people on each boat, but given everything else was in our favour, it seemed safe enough. Used about 140 litres there and back, as in total, which was more than I used last time not towing a boat, obviously, but still quite reasonable, I think. We'll look at White Crest more in the future. I'll show you around the boat next time with Pete, and we'll have a look at the engine trouble he's having, but for now it's time to go home and have a bit of a nap. Alright, take care, I'll catch you soon. See ya. Two of you scared off by the turkey, were you? Come on, Daisy. Turkey stealing all your food. All right, I'll get you some more. Gotta hide under the stairs now, have you? Out. There's a bush turkey that's been roaming around the place. A bit bigger than you. Pushing you around. There you go. Go on, Daisy. Squeeze in. Show Daffy who's boss. You had it all already. Don't pick on little Daisy. All right, have some. Oh. Daisy, you are slow. Look, over here, Daffy. You have that, and then you can have some. Ah, we fooled her. All right, that's it. I think you're being compensated enough for your, you've got it all over your face. Smarten yourself up, you're on telly. All right, see you in the morning.